Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. He is a war criminal, but he is also a major drug lord. Today, we look at the drug lord side of Assad. 12 years of civil war has devastated the Syrian economy. They were subjected to several sanctions in the early years of the civil war. In the following years, the Damascus government lost its economic resources by one by. Syria was an oil exporter before the war, but US-backed the Kurdish groups now control the country's largest oil fields in the east. This transformed them from an oil-selling country to an oil-buying country. Ukraine war, Palestinian-Israel war, the Syrian economy, which has become increasingly fragile over the years, has been affected more than anyone else by the crisis in the region. All these events brought an idea to the minds of Bashar al-Assad and his family: easy money. Over the years, Bashar al-Assad and his family have become of the biggest drug lords in the Middle East. This is a drug that fuels Bashar al-Assad's war economy, Captagon. In the 1960s, this psychoactive drug manufacturing in the USA was used to treat narcolepsy and central nervous system disorders. But in the following years, it started to be used for malicious purposes. In 1986, it was included in the list of controlled substances by the World Health Organization. These little pills are now the backbone of the Assad regime's war economy. The phenethylline in Captagon is rapidly absorbed into the bloodstream after consumption. The central nervous system is stimulated, the lungs expand, and the body temperature gradually rises. Who uses the Captagon starts to feel less and less fear. This is why Captagon is also popularly known as the Scourge pill. Extremist organizations in Syria use these pills in suicide bombings and the suicide attacks. But the Captagon's pills currently on the market contain substances even more harmful than phenethylline. Since there is no need a laboratory or equipment is produced under the stairs. Bashar al-Assad's brother Mahir Assad is at the head of the Captagon kingdom. Mahir Assad is leading the trade by using the Syrian army and the state resources. About 18% of the world's Captagon supply is produced in Syria, and from there is distributed by ships around the world. On December 14, 2018, the Syrian flagged ship, the Noka, intercepted by the Greek Coast Guard. The ship was sailing from the port of Laskia to Benghazi in Libya. During search, more than $130 million worth of drugs were seized. This shipment was just one example of the Syria's drug networks. In July 2022, Italian police witnesses of the largest shipments in history. Italian police seized 84 million Captagon pills. Their market value was $1 billion. The shipment had the port of Laskia, which has never been out of Assad's control. There was talk that the pills belonged to Daesh, but the organization did have a border with the port of Laskia at that time. In April 2020, 44.7 million Captagon pills crossed the border into Saudi Arabia. The pills were hidden in the drink package. When Saudi Arabian police investigated where the drugs came from, they found the name of the Syrian-based Kabul International Group. This company is based in Syria and sends natural teas to many countries around the world. Very recently, on March 2024, Saudi Arabia seized 1 million Captagon pills hidden inside a yellow watermelon. The Captagon kingdom headed Bashar al-Assad and its family up the world from the port of Laskia. This port is the most important port in Syria, where Syria dirty business is done. For years, arms deals with Iran and other business like that have been going through this port. A report by the German magazine Der Spiegel estimates the total value of the Assad regime's drug shipments in 2021 at around $5 billion. The whole family is in charge of the business, which in the sword of the Assad regime's war economy. In 2023, the European Union decided to sanction Bashar al-Assad's cousins for their role in Syria's drug trade. It imposed sanctions on 25 individuals, including Wassim Badia Assad, Samir Kemal Assad, and murderer Rifat Assad. The US Senate similarly passed a law called the Captagon Act to curb the Assad's family Captagon trade. The Assad regime is using the proceeds of the Captagon trade to continue its campaign of terror against the Syrian people, said Tariq Ahmad, the UK Secretary of State for the United Nations. On March 29, 2000, the United Kingdom and the United States announced coordinated sanctions against those involved in the Captagon trade. The individuals involved had their assets frozen and were banned from entering the UK. The sanctioned individuals were predominantly relatives of close allies of Bashar al-Assad. Captagon trade is also a great danger for the countries in the region. In 2023, 10-year hiatus, Arab countries resumed relations with Syria. Relations had been suspended due to Assad's actions during the Syrian civil war that started 2011. In recent years, relations between Arab countries and the Assad regime have resumed. But the main agenda is the Captagon trade. The Assad regime demands money in exchange restoration for drug trade.